Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And incomplete to open things up. Second down here after the incomplete pass. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. And Barnidge has it on the right side. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they're able to execute it successfully on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback from Houston, and that's Case Keenum.
Incredible numbers at the University of Houston. In fact, they retired his jersey in 2016. Hasn't put up the same kind of numbers in the NFL. A lot of it hasn't had consistent starting opportunities. But if you've got a guy that you want on your ball club that understands your offense through and through, Case Keenum will be that guy.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
For a lot of people, there are pros and cons to playing close to home in the NFL. But for Adam Thielen, it's nothing but pros. Grew up not too far from the Twin Cities, loves being a Viking, and is a really dependable 3rd down receiver.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum sliding out of the pocket. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate where he throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Now a 2nd down run for Murray. Muscles him off. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And Incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his guys are going to...
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Keenum. Caught here by Bell. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jake Ryan able to drop him for a loss of 4. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. And they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Back to the air, Keenum on second down. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Wright's got it. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Keenum on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin King, the rookie from Washington. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you ask the equipment guys to make sure... for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And that's complete to Huff. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Rodgers. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On second down, it's Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rodgers. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they can't.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Bradford going to give it to Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Bradford from the gun on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
They'll try and run with Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Latavius Murray getting set to go again. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Throwing, Bradford. Wide open receiver, complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there at 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Bradford to throw it. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Packers throwing on second down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. Bradford taking a shot for Samuel. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So and no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Reminder that coming up later tonight in the national window, we'll see the Giants travel out to Denver to take on the Broncos. And then tomorrow night, it's the Colts and Titans, an AFC South battle from Nashville.
Both of them have designs on winning that division.
And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
Bradford now out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Bradford with a give to Murray. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Off the play fake to Cook. Here's Bradford. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they're able to get this one down to the 25. 34 yards there and a first down.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly. And
he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mario Williams in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now Bradford. And this is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though, Folsom. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield? It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. This is Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them. It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys. Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend? Yeah, do I ever? Gets fielded in the end zone. Fights him off. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction. There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got... Oh, wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
The forward pass, offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Again, it's Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw that.
It's a foot race past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers get a score closer. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Cook with a first down and much more. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. trotting out there. The Packers getting ready to go.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Gary Barnidge, a Pro Bowler at the age of 30. What, he had a 1,000-yard season that year, 2014?
Yep.
Got let go by Cleveland recently after the draft. David Njoku drafted out of Miami really to take his place.
And his production last year, it wasn't awful by any means, but it had dipped down to around the 600-yard mark.
Man, Gary Barnidge, one of the nicest guys in the league. He had just sent out a message on social media welcoming David Njoku to Cleveland, and the Browns let him go the next day.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
The Packers on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Caught left side, it's Barnidge. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, here's Rodgers. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. 31 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you, is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt
some
about it.
pretzels, too, some